Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Lavazza IncluCity press conference. I would like to invite you all to take a seat as we're about to begin. Following the press conference, there will be refreshments, and you will be able to eat and connect with the ICFF and the Distillery Historic District team. Now, allow me to introduce you the representatives that will be here speaking today, starting with Maurizio Magnifico, Managing Director and Co-founder of ICFF, Cristiano De Florentis, Artistic Director and Co-founder of the ICFF, Jamie Gold, Partner at Distillery Historic District, John Berman, Partner at the Distillery Historic District, Mara Cataldi, Director of Operation at ICFF, Paul Golini, Chair of the ICFF Board, and finally, the Consul General of Italy to Toronto, Luca Zelioli. Thank you so much, and once again, there will be opportunities for questions at the end, so please feel free to raise your hand at the end, and we'll come to you with a microphone. Once again, take your seat as we're about to begin. Thank you. Hello, everyone, and thank you so much for being here today. Once again, I'll ask you all to take your seat as we're about to begin. Today here, representing the Distillery Historic District and the ICFF, we have Maurizio Magnifico, the Managing Director and Co-founder of ICFF. We have Consul General Luca Zelioli. We have John Berman, Partner at the Distillery Historic District. We have Cristiano De Florentis, Co-founder and Artistic Director. Jamie Goad, Partner at the Distillery Historic District, Mara Cataldi, Director of Operation, ICFF, and finally, we also have our amazing Chair of the ICFF Board, Paul Golini. Thank you so much, everyone, and please feel free to keep your questions for the end as we're about to begin. Thank you.
Eccoci qua. Buongiorno. Good morning, everyone, and thank you for being here. We're officially welcoming you to the Lavazza IncluCity press conference. It's great to see all of you here again this year at the Distillery District, where once again the festival will showcase an extensive lineup of films, but also much more. This year, the festival is diving into many different areas and artistic explorations, which we will go through in just a few minutes. But first, I want to start off by thanking the institutions that have continued to support us throughout the years and understand the importance of the events such as ours. The federal government, the provincial government of Ontario, OCAF Telefilm Canada, Ontario Creates, the City of Toronto, the City of Vaughan, the Italian government, and the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation. All of you for enabling us to continue to do what we do best, and that is innovating and entertaining. This year represents a momentous occasion for the festival as we set out to launch the biggest edition yet, with over 26 days of events, activities, and premieres. And I'll leave it to our artistic director, Cristiano, to unveil this year's program.
Thank you. You know, you said 26 days. I cannot unveil it by myself. So I need your support, Mara's support, Maurizio's support, and of course the many partners. So we are here at Distillery. For us, last year was an incredible experiment. We came out from the years of the pandemic. We had to reinvent the way to have a film festival, and we did it. The drive-in was an incredible experience, and we were so happy to survive, not only survive, to create a bigger festival during the pandemic. And after we decided, the people were not ready probably to go inside the theaters last year and enjoying a festival the usual way, as a festival usually is. So we approached these two guys here, first Jamie and after John, and saying why we cannot transform Distillery in the summer in a cinema village, but more than a cinema village, in a cultural hub with a multicultural festival. And so it was a crazy idea because, again, but they have seen the drive-in, so they said, maybe it's going to work, especially Jamie, no? And so this is the second year. For us, we had a meeting last year at the end as a post-mortem meeting, and with Jamie and John, and they said, was a very good festival. The turnout was incredible. The tenant that lives here were very happy. The shops, they were happy. The restaurants were happy. The city was happy. So it was strange, that this is a difficult place to work with a festival like us. So we had to bring in headsets. We had to manage how to have the seating with couches and so on and on. So we managed to have everybody happy, but they were not happy completely because, and I didn't expect this, they said, yeah, but it was short. Why you don't extend the festival? John said, why you don't add few days to the 21 days of a festival? I said, I was speechless. And after he said, but instead of doing the festival just during the night, why you don't open in the morning with the program? John said. So I was really, and you know that I like these challenges. And so we are here to announce a different kind of festival that is going in the direction of what Jamie and John are saying and want and they wish. So we're having a film festival, but also a festival that is more in the cultural festival. So the soul is still the cinema, but we are adding many other things to the festival. We are going to have concerts, we are going to have art exhibitions, we are going to have comedians, we are going to have a day program that for us is a big investment. It's like to doubling or make it 3 times the festival as before. So thank you so much, Jamie and John, for this challenge.
So do we get to respond?
And another thing happened at that post-mortem. So, and this was more a technical thing. So they're saying, you know, the screen was beautiful, the Lavazza Lounge was beautiful, but we had to find a way to also maintain the beauty of the square without having a bottleneck and to really enhance still that square that is on Trinity. And this is another challenge that we took it very seriously. So how we could do it? So we decided to, in some way, hire an incredible person that is with us today, that is Silvio Baldassarra. I don't know where is Silvio.
Right there.
So we asked Silvio. Silvio, that is the one that is the chairman of NOR. He built the Sky Dome, he built the railway station, Toronto, of course. He built the Renzo Piano Supreme Court, the Court of Justice. He built everything in Toronto. So we said, we had to build a stage that doesn't interfere with the square. So, and he said, yes, I will help you. So thank you, Silvio, because so with the help of many partners, we are going to have a screen that is going to be embedded with the Lavazza Lounge. So the Lavazza Lounge, and of course Andrea is going to speak later, is going to have something unique, a screen, a stage embedded with the Lavazza Lounge into it. You know, probably I don't know if you can see these are the sketches, but this is going to be something real very soon. So again, in this way, we make it the square of Trinity, something I hope really beautiful. And thank you, Jamie and John, again, for this challenge. And I had to thank many other companies that are helping into this. So we have Mac Show, GP Custom Metals, Entro Communication, Dillon Consulting, Mitrex, Cladify, Artemide, Black Bread and Jam, and Caligaris. These are all the companies that are helping out with this structure that we are putting together. So again, a big applause to Jamie and John, because without them, we couldn't do this fest. And I leave the words to them. John?
So last year was the first, and as Cristiano said, this was a test. It was a test for us as well. It sounded like a beautiful concept. We weren't sure how it could work or if it could work. We heard about the sofas on Trinity Street. It sounded beautiful. First, we were wondering if the sofas would all blow away, if they'd stay in spot, if people would be able to see the screen. I didn't even understand how the headphones would work in the first night. I was amazed, could hear it perfectly. We had nothing. We had high hopes going in, but we had nothing but positive comments throughout the whole festival. People loved it, the city loved it, our tenants loved it. And it's clear that the ICFF team was onto something, that this is something that can grow into something incredibly special for the city. And there's so many people now waiting for again. And yes, I did come up with some challenges for the ICFF team and Cristiano, but they've met them. And we're just really excited. I will come up with all sorts of new challenges for next year, but for this year, they've done a really, really good job, and we're super excited. It's going to be a bigger festival. It's a longer festival. There are more sofas. There's more seating. We have a much more beautiful stage is coming. The sponsors are amazing, and just amazing sponsors throughout the site. And this is really coming together as a very important cultural festival for the distillery and the whole city. So on behalf of the distillery, I can say that we're thrilled to be part of it. We look forward to helping it grow in the many years ahead. But thank you all, and thank you all very much to the ICFF team and all of the sponsors that make this happen.
So I'll just add to that to say that I think today is a wonderful day to be launching this incredible festival. And I'm remembering back to last year when I don't think it rained during the entire festival. So let's hope that that happens again. I know there are contingency plans in case that doesn't actually work, but it's supposed to be a wonderful summer, and it's going to be a fantastic festival here at the distillery. And Silvio and I have been talking about this incredible structure that's going to end up at the end of Trinity Street, we hope. It looks absolutely fabulous, and it's, I think, really just, it's great to see how the festival is evolving, and we look forward to it being here for many, many more years. And I'll just close in saying that it happens to be our 20th anniversary this year, and so I think that this is really a wonderful festival to help us celebrate what's happened at the distillery and keep coming back.
Thank you, Jamie, and thank you, John. Much like this incredible relationship with the Distillery District, partnerships are the lifeblood of our festival, providing the foundation for its growth. Among these significant collaborations, one stands out as a true cornerstone: our partnership with the Consulate General of Italy. Their unwavering support has made it possible for us to always bring the best Italian cinema, Italian art, and culture to a vibrant city we call Toronto. Today, I'm extremely proud to extend a warm welcome to the Consul General Luca Zaglioli, whose exceptional contributions have been instrumental in shaping this amazing alliance. Thank you, Luca.
Thank you for these words, and I want to add to that I was one of those very happy last year visiting for the very first time. Actually, it was the very first time I was in Toronto, because I arrived at the beginning of July, and one of my first appointment was here. I was invited to Distillery to have this first contact with the Italian Contemporary Film Festival, and it was so incredibly good that we decided to expand, as it was said, our cooperation, and to transform it in what I hope it is really a partnership. And so we decided to add to our general support, which was always there, and it will be always there, to add some specific initiatives, which I believe will enrich the festival and are very much in line with the philosophy I heard, to transform the festival in Distillery, and thanks for hosting the festival this year as well, to transform it in a cultural hub, a flag of multiculturalism, which is one of the principles I like very much here in Canada. And it is in this framework that we have always supported ICFF. It's really a sort of sign of this multiculturalism. It's a confirmation how successful is this approach, and it allows to, indeed, to showcase modern Italy, its culture, through art, in this case, cinema. And it also valorizes, in our way of thinking, the huge contribution that the Italian community has given to this country. By the way, I am very happy that this year the festival will be inaugurated, if I'm not mistaken, the 27th of June, because it will be done during the Italian Heritage Month, as it was declared by Ontario, and it is more than appropriate to me that we will be concluding practically this month rich of Italian cultural events by one of the most prestigious of these events, the ICFF. So this was one of the reasons to enlarge this cooperation. And we will do, as I was saying, something more with two initiatives. We want to mark together two anniversaries. The 500th anniversary from the death of a very important Renaissance painter, Pietro Vannucci, known as the Perugino. And ICFF is going to, I think it will be the premiere, international premiere, of a docu-film on the Perugino. And now I have to read, to be sure to quote the title, The Perugino, the Eternal Renaissance. This docu-film will be screened on the 5th of July. And we added, and this very much is in line with that concept that it was described, an exhibition on the life and the work of this very influential painter, who, however, is a bit less known abroad. However, it was very important. He worked in Florence with Leonardo da Vinci, with Sandro Botticelli. Above all, he became later the teacher of none other than Raphael. So we want to bring this figure here in Ontario in particular through the movie and through an exhibition which will be lasting for the whole period of the festival here in Distillery, in one of the beautiful galleries. And this is the first contribution. The second is related to another anniversary. It will be in Italy celebrated soon, the 100th anniversary of the foundation of our Air Force, the Italian Air Force. And there is in Italy a very important company called Anele, producing high-quality movies focusing on Italian stories and Italian culture. So they produced a docu-film, again, The Sky Hunters, and exactly for celebrating this occasion, is the story of a group of friends. Among them there is the famous Francesco Baracca, the Italian air pilot and ace who was involved in World War I, and practically, notwithstanding the fighting, they were the creators, not only of the Italian Air Force, but they laid down the basis of a whole industry, the Italian aviation industry, which took its takeoff years later. But this is the basis. So we want to celebrate and to mark also this. And with us, the screening will be on the 12th of July. With us will be also the producer, the young, very active founder and CEO of Anele, Gloria Giorgiana. So these are the two events I wanted to bring to your attention, and thank you for all you are doing in Distillery and in ICFF for showcasing Italian culture. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Consul General Zerioli, for those kind words. And as you can imagine, after you listen to all these words here, that this is certainly not an easy festival that we had put together this year. So it's only fair to thank, in order for us to spend this almost whole month here at Distillery, all the many sponsors that we have for this year. Our leading sponsor are Delta, the official airline of the festival, Empire Community, Masi Group, Barilla, Citizen, Hamilton Swatch Group. A big thank to Aladdin Asmani, Aluminum Pergola, Campari Canada, thanks Priya for being with us since day one. SMEG Canada, a great golf, a big thank to Madeline Zito. Custom Point Numa, a special thanks to Alfredo and Moira Romano. And our premier sponsor, Pizza Nova, I see Dominic Primucci here to support us. Liuna, Canon Canada, Rio Mare, KPMG, thanks Bob Sacco, that is always our great ally. The whole team at Crystal Digital, Fazari and Partners LLP, Hamston Stone, the Toronto Clinic, a big thanks to our Dr. Fabio Verlese for his continued support, Baci Perugina, and Policaro Group. Thanks so much, Francesco Policaro. Un applauso ai nostri sponsor. Obviously, we have our media partners to thank. Rogers Communication, we have here Greg Stokes, Directors of Major Accounts. Rai, thank you, Rai. Chin Radio, I see the President, and I thank Lenny Lombardi for being here. Omni Television, we want to thank Doni Gentilucci. City News and Blog TO. Un applauso anche a loro. And I'm sure you can all already tell from the name of the festival that we are very involved with coffee. and not just any coffee, the best coffee, Lavazza. Lavazza has been a supporter of the festival for many years now, and I'm happy to welcome here Andrea Chiaramello, head of Lavazza Canada. Thank you, Andrea.
Thank you, Maurizio, for your very kind words of introductions, always very kind. I was actually very looking forward to be here today and to see so many familiar faces in a familiar venue for a familiar purpose. Now, the ICFF press conference every summer has become kind of a ritual, like the daily ritual of drinking a Lavazza coffee. So I think it's a perfect fit, our cooperation. A huge thank you, actually, to ICFF for the amazing opportunity to partner with us to bring to Toronto this initiative. A big thank you to the Distillery District for opening its doors to this event. We are very proud to be here. And a big thank you also to the Italian authorities and the local authorities who have been constantly supporting this initiative over the years. And without their support and endorsement, it will not be possible to have the scope and the impact that we have on the local community. Last but not least, a big thank you to all the Lavazza consumers who choose Lavazza for their daily ritual. Just sharing an interesting number, last year we achieved 500 million of Lavazza coffee cups sold in Canada in 1 year. So an amazing result, which is actually twice the number of just a few years ago. So we are looking to double it soon again. Keep it up, Canada. Keep it up, Toronto. Thank you so much.
So let's stay caffeinated then. So as we said before, Lavazza Lounge will be just one of the many activations that will be on site during the festival. So one of the activations that it was one of the favorite activation last year was the Six Art Outdoor. So this year we're going to bring back the Six Art Outdoor in the distillery. So one of the goals of the exhibit is to express the Canadian multiculturalism throughout the use of visual arts. So every year we are selecting different artists with a different cultural background to represent overall then the mosaic of Canada. So this year we are going to showcase a total of 20 statues along the site, 24/7 open to the public. So I'm glad to announce new artists for this year edition. In particular, I would like to thank Emily May Rose, which you might know already because of her raccoon art across the city. So you cannot get more Canadian than that. And also, I would like to thank the Ghazaleh Razgar, award-winning artist from Iran, who combines nature, human body, and Iranian womanhood in the vibrant work. And last but not least, we are happy that we're going to have Madelio joining us. He's a talented Toronto-based artist from Albania who drew inspiration from his international street dance competition to create a unique type of calligraphy. So those artists will be painting live during the first week of the festival, and then they will showcase the final piece throughout the festival for a whole month here at the Distillery District.
Very exciting, Mara. We're also happy to announce our continued collaboration with the Young Center of Performing Arts right here at Distillery. Last year was such a success, and we are excited to be back stronger with an even more intensified bond and cross-promotion to showcase their lineup of incredible events starting today. In fact, coming up in June, they will showcase a show featuring Leonard Cohen that I invite all of you to check out.
Since the festival is not our festival, but is the festival of partnership of everybody, this year we're doing a step even further. So we are opening tons of collaboration to enhance the tourism here in Ontario, and we are building partnership with local tourism and entertainment company and businesses. So we are launching, based on the fact that we are activating the distillery during the daytime as well, other extra activities add-on that our audience can purchase, pair with our movies to enhance the experience during the festival. So just to name a few, we are launching for the first time Light Camera Distillery. There is a cinematic tour in partnership with Go Tours Canada. So throughout this tour, we unveil the countless movies and series that have chosen this iconic location as their backdrop. Then we're going to launch another program that is the Spirit of the Distillery District Ghost Tour. This tour is going to be paired with our horror movie. Cristiano will talk about the horror series in a few moments. So we're gonna. It's a tour with lantern around the site, because as you might know, this site is one of the most haunted locations in the city. So check your back. And then, of course, we are at the Distillery District, so we must talk about spirits and cocktail. So we are going to launch a couple of workshops. One that is a cocktail workshop in partnership with the Spirit House Bar. And the sake workshop, it's a 45 minutes sake testing tour in partnership with Izumi. This tour in particular... This tour in particular will be paired with the Japanese night, just to have really like an experience that is like from drinking to the big screen.
Okay, wow. I didn't know.
Now you know.
But I know something about music that you don't know. Probably you know.
I know.
So regarding the music, with John, we said, we have this stage during the day, and of course after 9 o'clock is becoming a movie set, a movie screening venue. But before, the stage is going to be active. It's going to be active with live concert, and we have one special person that we decided to coordinate most of the concert. He's an incredible singer, he's an entrepreneur, he's the founder of AWA, and she just arrived from Cannes, and thank you so much that you just arrived, just landed yesterday, and you managed to arrive to the press conference. Sonia Aimi, she's with us, coordinating the concert. Please, I know that you are jet-lagged, but everybody wanted to see you.
Okay, hello everyone. Hello everyone. Bene. This is a challenge. They challenged you to have more days, and you challenged me to bring more arts. Amazing, beautiful, and what a delight once again to collaborate through the African Women Act in AWA and with the entire AWA team here. And what we're going to be doing, we'll be showcasing or presenting various artists from Toronto, the GTA, and the Niagara region. And they will be entertaining you with music, which we call global music, Arabic music, rock and roll, R&B, Americana, African music, and world beats. And I will be performing as well on July 6th, okay? So, and I believe this initiative kicks off on June 30th, okay? And it goes through July 13th, absolutely. Okay, and we also have movies, which Cristiano, please speak about that. Because with all the movies I saw in Cannes and that I presented, I am totally blank out. But once again, ladies and gentlemen, it is a pleasure once again to work with you guys, Cristiano, Mara, Donatella, and the entire ICFF team. And merci beaucoup. Voila.
So the movies that you choose for us are two important movies. One is Hotel La Bamba. Is going to be an international premiere of a Nigerian movie. Just came out in Nigeria, big success. Was in Cannes, and we are so happy to have this movie screened here at Distillery. Second movie that is in some way we chose together is representing the African American, and is Sweetwater, again a festival premiere, is regarding an African American player to sign with the NBA. So a very important movie. We secured the rights. Thank you, Sonia, for the selection of these two incredible movies. And so regarding the consulates, I know that many consulates participated in the partnership with the ICFF. I will not mention everybody, but this festival is so lucky to keep a network of consulate and institution from Germany to France to India to a group of Korea and so on that really decided to partner with the festival to make this festival even more enhanced and more multicultural, more institutional. So thank you to all the consulates that decided to partner once again with the festival of IncluCity. So now, Paul, again, you have to share with me all the unveiling of the program.
Well, it's another year where we are celebrating something that is dear and near to my heart, and that is cycling. So once again, we are very proud to be partnering with Team Revolution, of which I've been a member for a number of years, with a night dedicated to cycling and the incredible cyclists that have made history. A special thanks to my fellow cyclists that are here today representing Team Revolution and for all the hard work that they've put into organizing an incredible platform. Thank you to Rob Colelli and Steve Gobato for the renewed partnership, and thank you for being here today. This year, we'll be presenting The Last Rider, a film that showcases the hurdles and triumphs of an American great, American cyclist Greg LeMond, during the Tour de France. Expect a lot of energy and a lot of Campari at this exciting event.
So the
Cristiano?
sport is probably an highlight of the festival. So we're going to have basket, we're going to have cyclism, and we have another sport that is quite important for Canadians. We didn't know that we're so important for Italians, and is baseball. So we are going to celebrate baseball, the contribution of the Italian-American, also the Italian-Canadian in this incredible sport. We'll do it in collaboration, of course, with Flavio Volpe that is with us today. Thank you, Flavio. That is bringing few components. We are going to have the movie, again, festival premiere of It Ain't Over, June 30, and is going to bring here in Toronto, in Distillery, the Italian national team of baseball. And Mike Piazza, that I don't know baseball very much, but I know that he's a superhero for baseball fan, and so he's going to introduce the movie. Thank you, Flavio, for this partnership. Regarding France, it's usually from the edition of the Ontario Place, we started to celebrate the national days of different countries, especially the ones that are into the period of time of the festival. And this, the 14th of July, and actually even the 15th of July, is the day that France celebrate Bastille Day. And for this first year, we decided to join forces and to really involve Distillery too, to create a big event of Bastille Day here in the Distillery. So not just a movie, but also Distillery is to become a French, really a French village for the specific day of the 15th of July. So thank you to the Federation Tricolore that is partnering with us, and thank you also to Distillery that is allowing really to change again the site for accommodating many, I can say, huts and activations that will make really something unique again at Distillery. So the movie for France is going to be, there are going to be two movies for France. The second one the one that I really like to focus is Sugar and Stars, because it's a movie on chocolate, and it's a movie of the story of a chocolatier, an incredible world champion of chocolate, and we are dedicating to France, but also mostly on chocolate, the night. We have Baci Perugina, that is the sponsor of the night. We are going to celebrate the Italian chocolate, of course, the French movie. And so again, we are transforming Distillery also in a moment that we celebrate not just the good chocolate, but also to unveil the secrets of chocolate. And so this is going to happen at the beginning of the festival. It's a very special night that is following the big success of Baci Perugina night last year. So another special night, another challenge that we decided to have this year, to open not just to movie, but also to opera. how we can actually have opera at Distillery. So we asked another expert. We asked an incredible person that she's an incredible singer, but also she's more than a singer. She's an engine. She's energy. She's full of ideas, and she's going to bring opera lyrica at Distillery with the movie and her singing live with a group of musicians and singers. So I'd like to have, of course, here, she's here, yes, Lucia Cesaroni.
She's a singer.
Okay. One more time. I'm Lucia Cesaroni. I'm Italian-Canadian. This is my friend, Julie Nasrallah. She is Lebanese-Canadian. We represent here the multiculturalism of our city and our country. We are honored to present an event of opera in hybrid. Opera on the screen and opera in real life. When you least expect it, we're going to pop up and sing live. So be there, July 14th. And I want to say, I believe that arts has a place to bring business and commerce and opportunity together. We can be the gateway drug for the next generation and bringing all of us of all colors and creeds together to celebrate art and create new partnerships. So, as a little sneak preview, we present to you a little duettino from Offenbach, Belle Nuit aux Nuits d'Amour. And we will this summer sing Carmen. This is our beautiful Carmen, mezzo-soprano Julie. And I will sing Micaela this summer. In the meantime, here's a taste, so get your tickets.
Is she a dynamo or what?
I would like to hear the press conference. Sensazionale. We not only we are going to have a concert, music, but also we are going to have an after party that is going to be even more important. No? Here at the Distillery, we are organizing also a big party for opera and this incredible, sensational singer that is Lucia Cesaroni. Thank you so much, Lucia. So regarding movies, we are going to celebrate again Ukrainian with a movie that is called The Persian Lessons, directed by Vadim Peremal, that is an Ukrainian Canadian director. We have this movie that is really, really strong and really important for us to have it here in Distillery. We're going to have the North American premiere of Bank of Dave, a British movie which tells the inspiring real-life story of Dave, who established a community bank to help his town and eventually became a millionaire. Of course, this is sponsored by KPMG, that's the reason why. So the North American premiere of the Year of the Tiger from the Dominican Republic and Peru, which explore creative ideas that successfully receive an incredible story of a restaurant business. From China, we are bringing the first chapter of Eye for an Eye. It's a North American premiere, and it showcases incredible sword fighting action sequence. But a lot more, and in many, many countries, many premieres. We have, I know that these screens are not so good, but we have just a clip that represents all the movies, international movies that we are going to see. So there is something that, a challenge that was not asked from Distillery, and was our own challenge. And since we decided that was not enough 25 days of festival and not enough the day program, we decided to open an horror program. And so we decided to have an horror movie program after midnight. So we decided, why we don't extend the day also till 2 o'clock in the morning? And so in this case, we asked help to another incredible person. He's Chris Alexander, journalist, film critic, author of Delirium magazine, and producer. So Chris Alexander, please come on stage. It's your program.
It is true that I eat, sleep, and breathe horror movies. That may seem unusual. But there's a reason I'm standing here. I'm not just some schmo off the street. In fact, I was on the jury many years ago, and I remember, Cristiano, I was saying, you got to get some horror movies here. And you're like, yeah. That was a long, long time ago. But finally, you came around, and here we are, and here I am. And I'm very pleased and honored to be curating and presenting the inaugural year of the components of the festival dubbed The Dark Side, appropriately. The Dark Side of the Distillery. Now, you know, again, I'm not kidding when I say I've devoted my entire human existence to the study of horror films, to making horror films. I teach horror film history at Sheridan College. I travel the world speaking about horror films. I used to run the biggest horror film in the magazine in the world called Fangoria for many, many years out of New York. This is my life. And one thing I've understood over the years about watching, writing about, meeting all the architects of the genre, is that in order to make a horror film that lasts, a horror film that endures, you have to first and foremost make a good film. You think of all the classics that have lasted the generations, the decades. They're, first and foremost, they're great movies. They're about something else. They're not just about the blood and the sex and the transgressive, immoral behavior. They're about that too, thankfully. That adds the fun, the sizzle. But underneath them all, there's something else. There's a black heart beating. There's a bizarre reflection of who we are as a species, as a culture, and who we are as individuals. I mean, take The Exorcist, for instance, speaking of movies that I'm sure we all we've probably seen. If we haven't, we've heard of The Exorcist. Yeah, sure, it's about a little girl in her bed palpitating and spitting pea soup and cursing. But underneath that, really, it's about a single mother, trying desperately to save her child. It's about a man at the end of his tether having a crisis of faith. And it's about all these different human elements that end up in that little bedroom in Washington. Where the horror begins. So I'm really happy to see the movies that we've curated thus far this year offer this very same kind of beat. We have movies that are earthy, sensual, thought-provoking, challenging, and of course, thankfully, they are also scary. First and foremost, we have Marisa Valoni's La Terra della Donna, a.k.a. The Land of Women, a story about a historical horror movie that's very much in line with, if you know Michael Reeves' The Witchfinder General, or the recent Canadian film The Witch, a story about femininity, pregnancy, and witchcraft set in medieval times. It plays just as well as a palpable historical drama as it does a blood-chilling horror film. So you're going to dig that one. Then we have, going a little bit deeper and darker into the weirdness, you might want to bring a friend to this one. We have an Australian shocker that just swept the awards at the Overlook Hotel Film Festival recently. It's called Godless. It's an Australian film, and if you're familiar with Australian horror films, or as they're sometimes dubbed, Ozploitation, you know that the Australians, they don't mess around. They go for it. This is another possession film. It's another exorcism film, and I'm happy to say, you know, exorcism movies are a dime a dozen, and there hasn't been a good one, I don't think, until, you know, The Exorcist was the only good one until we get to Godless. Godless is an excellent film, visionary, full of unforgettable, disturbing imagery, an insane sound design, and again, a heartfelt story that'll draw you in. There's some more films that will be announced as we go along, but I'm also really excited to be honoring a hometown hero and also a friend, the son of the godfather of Canadian horror, David Cronenberg. That's Brandon Cronenberg and his recent critical and fan favorite, Infinity Pool. Has anyone seen Infinity Pool? Good, good. Well, come out and see Infinity Pool the way it was meant to be seen. Outside in this courtyard where there's nowhere to hide. Under the stars. We'll have some special guests with us co-presenting the film. We're also going to be awarding the movie, giving the film a special award, not just because it's Canadian, but also because it really does. It is a little minor masterpiece that really pushes the envelope as far as blending transgression, beauty, and, let's just say there's a method to Infinity Pool's madness, and you're going to want to be there for that. That's all I got, but I hope to see you at the dark side of the Distillery next month. Thanks.
Thank you, Chris, and we look forward to be spooked.
I was thinking about the Infinity Pool right now.
Yes. It's getting hot there under the sun.
And we are in the shadow.
A special shout out to Moira and Alfredo Romano that were here and they just went inside from Castle Point Numa. Thank you for attending, longtime sponsors and board members. Listen, the full international lineup is just quite incredible, and we invite you all to check it out, both in our press release as well as on our website, ICFF.ca. There's a lot there. There's a lot of content, as you can tell. So this is a point in the press conference where we transition and we proceed to the announcements around what got us here at the very beginning from a grassroots perspective, and that is the Italian-focused lineup and events. And trust me, they are just as exciting as the international lineup. So I'd like to take this opportunity, as said before, to thank the Italian Embassy in Ottawa, the Italian Institute of Culture, of course, in Toronto, for their unwavering and continued support throughout our many editions and throughout all our events. I would also like to express my heartfelt thanks to Ambassador Andrea Ferrari, the Ambassador of Italy to Canada, who I believe has a video message for us. So let's just take a minute and watch.
Dear friends, I would like to extend my warmest greetings to you all as we look forward to the Italian Contemporary Film Festival. I also wish to thank the ICFF team for their hard work and efforts during the year to bring us this year's edition. Thanks to them, the ICFF has indeed quickly become a highlight of Canada's cultural calendar, offering a vibrant celebration of Italian arts and cinema in its broadest and most diverse forms. I won't reveal the outstanding program of the festival, but let me underline that I'm particularly happy to support it. It is an important initiative that further deepens the already strong connections between our two countries. Enjoy the festival and buon cinema italiano a tutti.
And of course, it's now time to announce the opening title for the overall IncluCity Festival, of course, of the ICFF Film Festival. So we are going to open the lineup with Freaks Out by Gabriele Mainetti. And the reason why we choose this movie is because we want to celebrate another kind of art, that is the art of circus. And we're going to do this in collaboration with the Royal Canadian International Circus. So paired with this movie, there is going to be like an extravaganza party all about circus. So if you're gonna join us, you will be able to witness to extraordinary performances by jugglers, contortionists, breathtaking aerial acts. So this is the reason why we wanted to start with Freaks Out. We wanted really to start with the right fee. So now I'm gonna show you a little bit of the clip of the trailer, just to put you in the mood.
Benvenuti, signore e signori. Portarvi in un mondo fantastico, popolato da personaggi bizzarri e mitologici. Conoscerete creature straordinarie, capaci di imprese memorabili e stupefacenti. E niente è come sembra. Franz.
Ich sehe die Zukunft. Dieses Kind und diese 3 Jammerlappen sind unsere einzige Hoffnung. Heil Hitler!
Tu sei un dono.
Wow. I have not seen it yet and looking forward to it. Now I'm happy to announce some of the first few guests that will be attending this year's festival. To start off, I'm delighted to announce that a friend and what I consider a family friend, Grey's Anatomy superstar, Giacomo Giannotti, and more recently the lead actor in Diabolique, will be in Toronto on July 2nd to present the North American premiere of the second chapter of the Diabolique trilogy titled Diabolique Ginkgo Attacks. The film has already recorded the highest box office records in Italy, and Giacomo, who portrays Diabolique in the series, has received incredible acclaim, critical acclaim for his outstanding interpretation of this iconic comic character. Diabolique also features another incredible talent, beloved Italian actress Miriam Leone, who will be joining us in Toronto to present the film in grand style. Miriam will also be protagonist of the presentation of the comedy romance film called Love Under House Arrest.
Okay, so for the Lifetime Achievement Award, the festival decided to give it to one of the most important director, actor of the Italian cinema, I think also international cinema, for sure for many, many, many success in over 40 years of career. I'm thinking that is no better name to receive this award is Michele Placido, that is going to come to Toronto, and I think that is important that he accept the award and is ready to come and present the last of his masterpieces, L'Ombra di Caravaggio, the shadow of Caravaggio, and the famous painter. I would like to have Veronica mention that here on the stage with us, because she's involved with this, because Michele Placido is not only presenting a movie, but also is going to be part of the Italian Institute of Culture for a recital at your, of course, we are going to give it to you, and you will do whatever you want with Michele Placido.
Wow, having Michele Placido all for me. So thank you, Cristiano. Thank you, ICSF. Thank you, all the board, Paul Golino, Maurizio Guadagni, and all the staff, the fantastic staff, and the volunteers also that keep this festival going. Yes, we are extremely excited to partner with ICFF in helping having Michele Placido here in Toronto. He is an amazing artist. He's a film director. He's a theater director. He is a writer. So having him is really an opportunity to promote and present some of the best of Italian contemporary culture. We are organizing a special program, and if I'm not mistaken, it will be July 13th at the Istituto. So it will not interfere with, because he will be presenting his film and L'Ombra di Caravaggio here at Distillery District. But we're having this little collateral event to really celebrate one of the big names of Italian culture and film. Thank you.
Grazie Veronica for the continued support to the festival. We will do an architecture and design series with all the sponsors that are involved. Thank you to Greg Golf, of course, that is presenting this program, but also to Mapei, that is really supportive. I'd like to also thank a special person that I think that is still here, is Pamela Dinsmore of Rogers Communication. Thank you so much for the support of Rogers all these years. With Pam, we started a long relationship with Rai many years ago, and she's always incredible. Thanks again. So regarding, I think that I feel that we need a sponsor for the After Sun, and we used to have it. Unfortunately, they didn't review the contract. But I think that, Maurizio, I think that we have to close the conference soon.
Soon, yes. Obviously, ICFF, it's not only in Toronto, but at the Distillery District, but it's also in other cities, and principally in the city of Vaughan. This year, we're proud to present a carefully curated program in Vaughan at the Cineplex in Vaughan with the support of the city of Vaughan and the Vaughan Tourism. We will showcase 8 of the best Italian movies from our lineups from July 12th to the 15th. Audience can enjoy these films with special guests and unique introduction. We're happy to return to the theater and continue expanding our presence in Vaughan, putting the city on the map for entertainment and culture in Canada and internationally. Also, the movie in Vaughan are in partnership with some regional groups, the Federazione degli Abruzzesi, Basilicata Social Cultural Society, i Laziali dell'Ontario, i Pugliesi, insomma una partnership very, very important. We also be presented in Hamilton and in Montreal. So, back to you, Paul.
Grazie. We're almost done. So let's just talk about the closing days of the festival. We take great pride in presenting the restored masterpiece, The Gate of Heaven, La Porta del Cielo. I take great pride with a very good friend and colleague, Dr. Fabio Barlese. We were asked 2 years ago by the Vatican to take on a special project by the Holy See, and that was to get involved in the executive production and restoration of La Porta del Cielo, that is by an incredible neo-realist director, one of the best, Vittorio De Sica. And Fabio and I stepped up and we met with the Vatican, and we knew that this was a special film about a special project. So this film, going back to 1945, not only were we involved in the restoration, but also in the production of a documentary called Pure Silver, Pur Argento, and the documentary speaks about why this film was made. And I encourage all of you to attend. It's an incredible story, really linking, both, let's call it the Catholic and the Jewish cultures during a very, very difficult time during Second World War. And we're excited about this evening because we have the special participation of Archbishop, the new Archbishop Frank Leo. Thank you, Olga, for assisting in getting this organized. And the screening will be on July 20th, and I welcome all of you to be there. But lastly, I'd like to invite my dear friend, Dr. Fabio Verlese, on the stage just to talk about his incredible efforts as he put together what some of us might consider one of the most anticipated guests of the film festival. Dr. Verlese.
Thank you very much, Paul, Cristiano, Mara, Maurizio, the entire board. Now, there's a board that I look forward to going to. You know, there's not very many that I do, but this one, of course, it's all about the creative. It's all about culture. It's all about our amazing backgrounds. You know, last year during the Venice Film Festival, ICFF had a very important presence at the Venice Film Festival last year for the second year. I had the opportunity to meet Italy's fashion icon, our royalty, Mrs. Anna Fendi, the matriarch, I guess, of the Fendi brand, which you know, has been just a great opportunity and experience just to meet her and what she brings, her history. And this, over those famous ICFF board meetings, has become, you know, perhaps one of the most important moments also of this film festival, to be able to have a fashion icon come to Canada. And I think that very few have made it to Canada, and this is why it's so special. I bring everybody her regards. I just landed a few days ago, and I spent some time with her at Villa Letizia, which is her home. It is a boutique hotel that is well known in Rome, but it's her place, her home, basically, which is basically a museum. And I spent the entire day with her, going over the history of Fendi and what this brand is and what it brings to the world. And I just wanted to say, when she was offered the opportunity to be given an award for a lifetime, you know, achievement in her career, she's in her early 90s and incredibly active, by the way. One of the things that she wanted to point out was the fact that Fendi represents 4 generations of women behind the brand. And I have to say that, you know, as much as she was so grateful for being recognized, she needed to make sure that, starting from her mother in 1925, when Fendi was, you know, founded, way up to Silvia, her daughter, and Delfina, niece, directly and still very actively involved with the Fendi brand, she needed to make sure that they would also be recognized, and that, you know, this fashion house, which is made up of women that have made a huge mark in the world, you know, be recognized above and beyond her. And of course, her other 4 sisters, because of course they were 5 sisters that took over from the mother. So all I want to say is that she's so grateful for this, and I know that the closing gala will be dedicated to her, and there's no way that you could miss this. It's too important. And before the gala, a very important conversation with Anna Fendi will happen at the TIFF Lightbox on July the 22nd, and then the black tie gala will follow. So I just have this immense honor to be able to bring her message of gratitude for this, and we're just all looking forward to this wonderful event. So thank you very much for this opportunity.
Grazie Fabio. Cristiano.
But I think that at this point we are all 10, and at least you are in the shadow. You are lucky that you're all 10. We still have to start, and so what I can say, as you can see, there are many other events that we couldn't have the time today, but they are in the program of the website. You'll see ICFF.ca, the entire program. Of course, there is another incredible program with the South. We will speak about this later on with the press release in an incredible movie that Andrea, that she's here tonight, today, is produced. Many things, but everything is because we have superhero staff. I have to thank the staff of ICFF, few people, columns of this incredible festival.
Bravi.
And I mentioned, of course, Mara, Maurizio, but also Antonio, Natalie, and Donatella. These are the columns of this festival. Few people, 6 people in an army. Again, thank you, and thank you, of course, you and the board of directors.
Yeah, thank you, Cristiano. Thank you, everyone, for being here today. On behalf of the board, congratulations to everyone. It does take a village, and we're going to have an incredible festival. I look forward to seeing everyone. Thank you to our guests and hosts today, Consul General and Jamie. Thank you again, and buona giornata and buon festival.
The Lavazza IncluCity Festival is back. From June 27th to July 22nd, the Distillery Historic District will be transformed into a unique open-air cinema village. Prepare to be mesmerized by award-winning films from around the world, live concerts, art installations, and glamorous parties. The Lavazza IncluCity Festival, a new beautiful way to experience cinema under the stars. Brought to you by ICFF, media partner Rogers Communication and Chin Radio. Tickets on sale now. Visit ICFF.ca. The Lavazza IncluCity Festival is back. From June 27th to July 22nd, the Distillery Historic District will be transformed into a unique open-air cinema village. Prepare to be mesmerized by award-winning films from around the world, live concerts, art installations, and glamorous parties. The Lavazza IncluCity Festival, a new beautiful way to experience cinema under the stars. Brought to you by ICFF, media partner Rogers Communication and Chin Radio. Tickets on sale now. Visit ICFF.ca.